Okay, I am Emily from Type AB Life, and in this video, I'm going to go over this monthly budget sheet. I have two previous videos in this series. The first is calculating the quarterly, annual, and irregular expenses, what I call the reserve fund. And the second video reviewing how I set up this yearly budget page. But this monthly sheet is where all the action happens. It will be the tab that is duplicated and edited each month to actually track the expenses. And if you want to use this template, you can find it at the link in the description. So the first part of this sheet is the budget item table that is copy and pasted directly from the annual budget page. So those budget items and the monthly budgeted amount are the same. In the third column, I have this titled Saved, and I add check boxes for each of those, which I'll go over in my next video. And those relate to those quarterly, annual, and irregular expenses. The fourth column I have is what is actually spent that month. I have added to this table a row at the bottom for the reserves, which again, I'll go over in the next video. And I have the total. So the expenses, those are those fixed and variable expenses totaled, the savings total, as well as the overall total. I've added an income table here at the top in purple, and there's room for two incomes as well as an interest or maybe miscellaneous income with the totals for the incomes that are forecasted and the column for the actual. I've added the total savings and total expenses as rows in this table as well to allow the calculation of the net difference, or at least seeing them all together to see that what was actually budgeted is under our estimated income. I've added this small table to document or show each month what our savings account balance is at the start of the month, as well as adding what the balance is at the end of the month, and the same for that reserves fund. Since I do have them in my bank as separate accounts, I can see what the balance of that reserve fund is at the start of the month and then add what the balance is at the end of the month. Then the transaction table is really where all the expenses and income are added that will fill in this table these other tables that I can go over in the next video. But that table tracks the date of the expense, the category, again, those all relate to the budget item table, what the expense actually was, which account it either went to or came from, and the amount of that expense. So if you have a different way of budgeting for quarterly, annual, and irregular expenses that you have found helpful, definitely share that in the comments. If you found this helpful, give it a thumbs up, and thanks for watching.